On the Republican side, Donald Trump has been flying around the country with far-right internet troll Laura Loomer, a 9/11 conspiracy theorist who Trump brought to a 9/11 ceremony yesterday. A 9/11 truther at a 9/11 ceremony. Is that like an atheist going to Easter Mass? Well, I don't believe in any of this, but as long as you guys are having fun.
Ever wondered what happens when the craziest person in politics isn't crazy enough? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because Trump's found a new BFF who makes Marjorie Taylor Greene look like a reasonable adult.
Posted her support to her 283 million Instagram followers this week, which...
I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a shit who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants.
I didn't even know there was a level of racist above Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's like finding out a movie can be rated NC-39.
That's right, Laura Loomer's in town, and she's brought her 9/11 conspiracy theories to the party. We're about to take you on a wild ride through the upside-down world where MTG is the voice of reason. Can you believe it? Neither can we, but here we are, watching the GOP descend into madness faster than you can say covfefe. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So Trump's got a new bestie, and she's making Marjorie Taylor Greene look like a librarian who accidentally took too many chill pills.
Okay, a little harsh, but Judge Jeanine Pirro has standards. She's not going to be impressed by some celebrity taking a political stance. That's not something that's going to excite her, ever. I guess I'll find someone else to go with me to the Eras Tour, huh? You know what, maybe I'll just rip them off. Who cares?
Enter Laura Loomer, the latest addition to Trump's Carnival of Chaos. This professional pot stirrer is so out there, she makes MTG seem like the poster child for rational thinking. Now, you might be wondering, how bad does someone have to be to make MTG look sane? Well, buckle up, because Loomer's taking us on a wild ride. She's the kind of person who thinks 9/11 conspiracy theories are casual dinner conversation. And get this, she actually brought her tinfoil hat theories to a 9/11 ceremony. It's like an atheist crashing Easter Mass, but way more awkward. Picture this, Trump standing there, grinning like a kid who just found out the ice cream truck is giving out free samples. Meanwhile, Loomer's spouting nonsense faster than a broken fire hydrant. It's a match made in, well, definitely not heaven. But wait, there's more. Loomer's not just a one-trick pony when it comes to crazy stunts.
We are now just 53 days away from the election, and the candidates are pulling out all the stops to build out their coalition. Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling her out for being racist.
Remember when she chained herself to Twitter's HQ? Yeah, that happened. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Twitter didn't suddenly have a change of heart and roll out the red carpet for her. Shocker, right? Now, here's where it gets really wild.
J.D. Vance, and I have no sense of irony. So who else in the right-wing ecosphere is completely unbothered by the Taylor endorsement?
The Rock is delivering a smackdown on the Biden campaign.
Okay, look. You really expect Judge Jeanine to remember what she said 4 months ago? It's honestly exhausting trying to keep up with the right-wing media's spinning and its lies. And if you were paying...
MTG, the queen of QAnon herself, actually called Loomer out for being racist. Yes, you heard that right. Marjorie Jewish Space Lasers, Taylor Greene, thinks someone else is crossing the line. It's like when your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving tells you to slow down on the eggnog. You know things have gone off the rails when MTG is the voice of reason. But hold on to your mega hats, folks, because the GOP's race to the bottom is just getting started. They're diving into the deep end of the crazy pool, and they've forgotten how to swim. It's like they're playing a game of who can say the most bonkers thing, and Loomer's winning by a landslide. So as we watch this political circus unfold, remember, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. But in the land of the GOP, the craziest conspiracy theorist gets a front row seat at Trump's table. Stay tuned, because this show's just getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss the next act. Remember when believing in lizard people was considered a bit much? Well, those days are long gone, folks. The GOP has decided to go full-on bonkers, and they're taking us all along for the ride. So what's the deal with the Republican Party these days? It's like they've traded in their elephants for unicorns and swapped their policy books for conspiracy theory newsletters. The party that used to talk about fiscal responsibility and family values is now cozying up to folks who think the earth is flat and vaccines turn you into a 5G tower. Let's take a moment to compare Loomer's views with what Republicans were saying just a few years ago. It's like comparing apples to, well, space lasers. Remember when Republicans were all about lower taxes and smaller government? Now they're busy trying to figure out if birds are real or if they're actually government spy drones. It's a real head scratcher. But here's the kicker. As soon as Trump gives someone like Loomer the thumbs up, it's like a game of political Simon Says. Suddenly, everyone's falling over themselves to agree with her, no matter how nutty the ideas are. It's like watching a bunch of lemmings follow each other off a cliff, except the cliff is made of tinfoil hats and Alex Jones reruns. This shift is hitting moderate Republicans harder than a toupee in a hurricane. Some are holding on for dear life, trying to steer the party back to sanity. Others are jumping ship faster than rats on the Titanic. It's like watching a political version of Survivor, where the challenge is to see who can out-crazy each other without getting voted off the island. At this rate, what's next for the GOP? Will they start recruiting from UFO conventions? Maybe they'll hire Bigfoot as their new campaign manager. Hey, at least Bigfoot has big feet to fill those clown shoes they're all wearing. But here's the real danger, folks. When these extreme views become mainstream, democracy takes a bigger hit than Trump's ego after losing the popular vote. It's all fun and games until people start believing that elections are rigged just because their guy didn't win. So here we are with front row seats to this political circus. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, except the train is the GOP and the wreck is, well, everything. But hey, at least we're all in this together, right? Pass the popcorn and maybe a helmet. We might need it. Well, folks, it looks like the GOP's got a new slogan: Make America Bonkers Again. At this rate, they'll be handing out tinfoil hats instead of those red caps. But hey, when the craziest person in the room becomes your new bestie, maybe it's time to rethink your life choices. Or in Trump's case, maybe it's time to rethink his presidential choices. Just saying. You know, there's this smart guy named Richard Hofstadter who once warned about the paranoid style in American politics. Sounds like he saw this circus coming from a mile away. It's like the GOP's playing a game of who can out-crazy each other, and Trump's the referee who keeps moving the goalposts. So here we are, watching the political freak show unfold. It's all fun and games until democracy starts looking like a beat-up piñata at a toddler's birthday party. But don't worry, folks. As long as we keep laughing, we're not crying, right? Pass the popcorn and maybe a voter registration form while you're at it.